Hey YouTube, Timberland. Welcome to WHTV. I'm Adam.
I'm Gavin, and our first story is about the new school borders.
I'm Luke Morgan reporting for WHTV. With new boundary changes being implemented in the foreseeable future, a variety of students at Timberland could be affected.
Thanks to the passing of Proposition E last year, we're building a new elementary school and a new high school, and we added classrooms to 3 schools, including Piney Ridge Elementary. So we need to fill those schools with students, and the attendance areas will need to change. The benefits are that we are a growing district, and we have a lot of crowding in our current existing schools, and our demographic study shows that we won't have the capacity at our high school without having built this high school and the new elementary school, so it's going to relieve crowding at our other schools. We would like people to know that the committee is made up of parents and staff members and community members, and they take this responsibility very seriously.
I do feel like the changes are needed. Holt and Timberland High School are currently over capacity, and Liberty's approaching capacity. So with the 4th high school opening, it'll help us with capacity issues, and we had to move students around in order to make that work.
I think that it would affect me really badly because Timberland's a lot closer to my house. I mean, I understand why they would want to do it, but it's kind of an inconvenience for me.
The new boundary changes are still in the planning phases and are around 60% completed. Any questions or comments about the new boundary changes, you can find information on the WSD website.
Hi, I'm Jamia Harris with Connor Fogarty behind the camera. Here at Timberland, the Decadent provides snacks and drinks.
What I like about the Deca store is that I love the slushies and all the people in there who are very nice.
This year, Timberland is selling t-shirts and more froyo and have more drinks in the fridge this year.
I really like it. It's a fun break in the middle of the day, and then it's just nice to see all the different grade levels and meet new people. I like all the products that we sell, and I really like getting to make t-shirts in the Decadent.
The Decadent is selling chips, fruit snacks, Capri Sun, Suckers, beef jerky, slushies, and they also sell Smoothie Kings on Friday.
I really like everybody that works there. I like that we get to play our own music and that we kind of get to pick what kind of stuff that we sell.
There are 8 workers in the Decadent that help sell. The products sold by Deca benefit the Deca by earning money towards their competition throughout the year.
Well, it helps my students pay for their way to go to competition, and it offers students some different choices for lunch and snacks during the lunch hour.
The Decadent is open during all luncheons, and they are selling Smoothie King every Friday.
This year, Miss Brown has been awarded with the Counselor of the Year award. Miss Brown has been working at Timberland High School since 2007.
I'm Nye Meisner. I'm in 12th grade. I think she is really nice and she is very kind, and when she is listening to you, it's not she's just hearing what you're saying, but she's actually listening and coming up with a solution to what you need. I think Miss Brown's a good counselor just because she is very helpful and she is so understanding, especially with NHS, and she does help you make those connections outside of school and not just, oh, I'm going to help you with problems in school, but she does help a lot with more personal problems.
I'm Mrs. Recker. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Timberland. Mrs. Braun is our lead counselor down in the counseling office, and she does a ton of things from figuring out scheduling to different processes for students to sign up in the guidance office. She does NHS. She does a lot of things around Timberland. Mrs. Braun is very compassionate. She's very creative. She has lots of ideas of ways to help kids and ways to help the school, and she tries to do as much as she possibly can.
I was shocked and thrilled. I really don't see it as a personal award as much as I see it as a team award. I think some of my and our large obstacles are just finding resources for all of our students. Everybody's unique. All students are unique. So finding help for all of our students' individual needs.
Ms. Brown will be honored at the MSCA Gala event on November 23rd in the Missouri Capitol Building in Jefferson City. You can contact her email at tammybrown@wsdr4.org.
There are exactly 1,000 and something students here at Timberland.
But there's exactly one Emmy Treadway.
Who? Question mark?
Glad you asked. And here's Denise to conveniently talk about her specifically.
Hi Timberland, Denise Trescott here with Isla Murray behind the camera reporting from room 214. Here's an inside look at Emmy Treadway's art and how she believes art transfers to fashion.
Emmy Treadway has been into fashion since middle school and she plans on going into the fashion industry.
I've probably been into fashion, like the industry, since sophomore year whenever I got my first internship with a fashion designer. But I've always liked it since middle school. Art transfers to fashion because a lot of the stuff that I'm interested in art and that I actually, draw and recreate in my art, I incorporate into my fashion. So I really like, the stars and the moon and just galaxies and learning about that. And so I actually had a dress at the beginning of the year in this class that I had these people taking a picture and then behind it was the stars and it was the night sky and it was really, really cool.
Emily's art is different from others because in a way she kind of, takes what others have done already and then mixes it with her own style, her own, feelings and her own inspirations.
I really enjoy that she's bringing focus to the fashion and away from the figure, which is kind of different than what a lot of people do in the fashion world. They put it all into the human that's wearing it, and hers is truly focused on fashion.
If you want to see more of Emmy Treadway's artwork, contact Emmy Treadway by email at emilytreadway20@wsdr4.org.
That was an inside look at Emmy Treadway's art and how she believes art transfers to fashion. Now back to the studio.
Speaking of terrifying, here's Carly with Timberland students' favorite scary movies.
Hi, I'm Carly Boning from WHTV. It Chapter 2 recently came out in theaters and received a 79% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Today we're going to be finding out what Timberland students' favorite scary movie is.
Jaws.
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring.
Is The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, because first of all, it's extremely scary, and second of all, one time I came upstairs to find my dad, my uncle, and my brother all cuddled up on the same couch, like inches away from crying.
Scream, because I find it very fascinating.
Ooh, Scream.
Rocky Horror Picture Show, because I like musicals.
It's Monster House.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
A Quiet Place, because it's very unique and it's really interesting how they do it with minimal lines.
It's American Psycho.
Let's see, American Psycho is a good one.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days.
Halloween.
Halloween,
because it's a classic and it has some of the best acting in it.
Final Destination.
Scary Movie 5. Friday the 13th.
Is The Visit.
My favorite scary movie is It.
Psycho.
I don't really have a favorite scary movie. How about you? You good?
Entirely planned. Entirely scripted.
Oh, yeah?
And you know what else is scripted? The school play. Take it away, Adam. Thanks, Adam. Did you know? Fun fact, this thing behind me is actually the Carl E. Renninger Theater. The theater is where many Timberland events are hosted, including the school musical. This year's musical will be Little Shop of Horrors, and it'll be the third time the show is ran at Timberland.
In Little Shop of Horrors, I play the character Mushnik. I chose Mushnik because he fits my vocal range best and because it always seemed like it would be fun to try and play an older part. My favorite moment working on Little Shop so far was probably rehearsing Mushnik and Son with Kyle. We just had a really good time with it, and the harmonies wound up sounding really good at the end. The biggest challenge while working on this show is probably going to be getting into the mindset of an older man. So like I said, I play Mushnik, and Mushnik is older, he's in his 60s, so I'm going to have to learn to walk slower, move slower, and just think slower, honestly. One thing that surprised me about working on Little Shop of Horrors was the ability of some of the new actors. They all have really strong voices, and they seem like they're going to be great actors.
It takes a lot of backup crew to get a show like this to run. There's many teams of people like publicity, prop crews, painters, and more behind the scenes.
I'm in publicity because I like graphic design. The hardest challenge that we have had so far is definitely getting the billboard design down so that a painting crew could actually paint it.
Crews like the prop and set crews make sure that all the moving parts in the set go to the right places at the right time during a show. They also have to make sure the sets are built and that the props are ordered.
Greatest challenge is probably patience. There's a lot of things that take more than I'd like to say a month. The plants, Audrey too, we have multiple of them as they increase in size throughout the show. We've ran this show 2 times before, so they're obviously not brand new, but because they're aged so much, they will need a lot of touch-up this year, so painting crew gets to do a lot of painting.
All of their work will come together on November 7th and 8th at 7 p.m. and then November 9th at 2 and 7 p.m. Back to the studio.
I'm going to be a teacher when I grow up.
Really?
Nope.
Well, you know who did become a teacher when they grew up?
Mr. Harmon!
Hello, my name is Jacob Spooch, and behind the camera is Gavin White, and today we're going to be talking about Mr. Harmon. He's a teacher here at Timberland High School. He teaches chemistry, zoology, botany, and he's also the coach of the volleyball team.
Mr. Harmon is a teacher here at Timberland High School who teaches classes like zoology. They learn about and dissect animals.
I like learning about all the new animals and stuff. I mostly took it because I like animals and I thought it would be interesting. The topic's interesting enough, I will look it up and then learn about it.
Ms. Harmon not only teaches here at Timberland, but also coaches the varsity volleyball team, coaching them to a current 16-7-3 record.
Harmon is very good at formulating drills for us to do. He always has practice planned out, and it's nice knowing as a player that he has drills planned out based on how we performed at a previous game. He's very also vocal. He likes to communicate with us, and that's really important as a coach to be able to communicate with us.
Well, the team decided at the beginning of the season that we had several different goals that we wanted to keep in mind. We wanted to win a conference title for the 4th consecutive year. Our goal was to win 2 out of the 3 tournaments that we play in, which we just did one of those this past weekend and won, so that was good. And then we want to win another district title.
For Mr. Harmon, the favorite thing about being a teacher here at Timberland is the students he teaches and coaches.
To interact with all of the athletes and the students around the school, they keep me on my toes and keep me informed of what's going on, and seeing them grow and progress and become better either in the classroom or on the court is really great to see all the time.
To find Mr. Harmon, he's in room 229, and for current stats and record on the volleyball team, go on Twitter and type THS Volley B. I'm Jacob Spudich, now back to the studio.
Man, I really want to live in another country for a year.
Didn't you apply for a foreign exchange program?
Sure did.
Did you get into the foreign exchange program?
Nope.
Well, we have a few foreign exchange students here at Timberland. Let's go to Ireland and see how they're doing.
Hi Timberland, Ireland Murray here with Denise Trescott reporting behind the camera, here to talk to you about Timberland's foreign exchange students for the 2019-2020 school year. According to migrationpolicy.org, the United States remains the country of choice for the largest number of international students, hosting 1.1 million of the 4.6 million enrolled worldwide in 2017.
So I was always interested in other cultures. So when I was 12 or 13, I said I want to go to America when I'm 15 or 16. So that's the reason, and I just loved all the movies and series about America, and I just wanted to experience it myself. So that's why I came here. I really like high school in general. I think it's way better. It's way more exciting. The classes are way better. In Germany, we just have the basic classes like math and English. And here you have all those different kind of classes, which are really a lot of fun, and the teachers are way nicer, and everybody's just nicer here.
I think everything is really different. People here is really open, nice. All the time people start with talking with someone who don't know, and in Czech it's not really usual.
In Spain, all the things are little than here, and we are healthier than here. There is not so many people like here.
If you're a Timberland student interested in participating in foreign exchange for the 2020-2021 school year, visit exchange.state.gov here to see if you're eligible for any scholarships offered. Now that's all we have for Timberland's foreign exchange students. Now back to the studio.
Hey dude, check out my sweet athlete's foot.
Oh, ew, gross. Dude, stop. You know, speaking of athletes, here's my story about boys soccer.
I'm Gavin White, and behind the camera is Jacob Spudich.
There are currently 20 kids on the JV boys soccer team, and with only a few games left in the season, JV coach Bradley Jacobson has a few goals set in mind for his team.
I hope soccer creates young men out of the boys, and I hope I can be a role model for the players. Our biggest accomplishments this year so far have been tying Fort Zumwalt South. They were undefeated at the time, and that was a really big win at home for us.
As of October 1st, the JV boys soccer team has played 12 games and has won 6 games, tied 3, and only lost 3 games. JV coach Bradley Jacobson says he's extremely happy with the team this year.
Our freshmen, we have 2 awesome freshmen that have really stepped it up and proven that they belong on the team. We have a great sophomore class that's dominant, and they have a strong passion for the game. We have a foreign exchange student from Spain. He's been phenomenal for us. And then our junior class is, they bring the experience to the JV level. So it's been awesome.
Coach Jacobson also says that one of his goals is to prepare the boys for varsity.
And we're going to implement some strategies that the varsity team has been using, and hopefully by the end of the season the boys are ready for the next step.
The team's first game was the first of a doubleheader on August 31st against Rockbridge in the Rockbridge tournament, where they beat them 3-0. They followed their win with another shutout against Battle with a 2-0 win.
We're working as a team, we're developing, and we're becoming teammates, not just friends.
Zach Dawkins plays left back. He says that soccer is time-consuming and is hard work.
I'm always busy with it.
Dawkins says his goal this year is to make varsity.
I just like playing, I like touching the ball, I like the adrenaline rush, like meeting new people on the field.
The team as a whole has scored a total of 25 goals. They started the season off with a 3-game win streak without giving up a single goal.
I think I've been doing good along as all my other players, and we could have a strong season because we have a strong defense and a strong midfield.
Cooper Blake plays both left and right wing. Cooper also says that soccer is very time-consuming, but well worth the effort.
It is very busy, but I've learned to work around it, and it's become fun to do it on the side.
At the time of this broadcast, the JV team's next home game will be on October 22nd against Fort Zumwalt North. Hey, going deep!
Oh boy, oh gosh, oh golly gee, I sure may not be the best at football.
Well, I guess that's why we have a football team.
So here's Grace with the football team.
Hi, I'm Grace Rasher with Carly Boning behind the camera. Now that football season is currently in action, students can attend games on Friday nights.
The team makes me a better player because everybody's working together to make a better environment for everyone else. When someone else is down, they're going to work to bring each other up. And personally, when I make a mistake, I know that my linebackers and the other D-line are going to help me make sure I correct it next time around. Overall, my teammates help me. They keep me motivated throughout the season. Even when I'm feeling low, they help bring me up during practices and even during the game.
I love seeing my friends dressing up, being really spirited, and just dressing out to the theme.
The coaches help a lot in all the speeches they do every Thursday.
I mean, an honest answer, football means a lot to me because I'm used to doing it like on a everyday basis, and it's something that I just don't want to take out of my schedule. My greatest accomplishment so far is becoming a leader that like younger kids are starting to look up to. The team makes me a better player because they always cheer me up and they hype me up. They make me strive to do better on the field.
For more information, the schedule of games can be found in the fall sports calendar. Now back to the studio.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of WHTV.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Until then, have a good one.